pension account. Bank name FCMB. Account number 758-851-1062. Join us, experience God, and walk into a new dawn.
Wise people are intentional about who should be my friend. They look for it the way they look for job. I see a virtue in that brother. He doesn't talk to people when he comes to church, but I love that virtue. I've seen this sign of excellence. I've seen this one. Hey, brother, before you go, I want to talk to you. My name is this. Can I meet you? I love to be your friend. I see virtues in you. They are intentional about relationships. Have you seen people who are doing very well in businesses, rather than pull them down and say, we don't know what they are doing, we don't know. Go and learn from them. That is wisdom. Go and be friends with them. You can replicate success if you follow the principles. Wise people, they are intentional about relationship they keep. They do. Matthew chapter 5 verse 23 to 24. Matthew 5 23 to 24. Are you there? Matthew chapter 5 verse 23 to 24. Has anybody seen it for me in the congregation? Let's just read and then we'll move forward. Maybe subsequently I just go ahead without. Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar and there remember that thy brother hath aught against thee, yes, leave thy gift before the altar and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother and then come and offer thy gift. God says, you are bringing me gifts. It's God who is bringing. He said, I'm not as much invested in what you are bringing me, the offering you are bringing me. He said, I'm not interested in it like a relationship that you have. He said, in wisdom, I need you to have wisdom to relate better. Because most of the knock you give the gate of heaven, if you have your relationship well built, you won't disturb God about it. Most of the things you ask God to do, relationship can sort it. The answer existed before the question is set. Solution came before problems. And if you have I've told you, there are people who, I know people, and I don't know if there's anyone like you, who have fasted to get an admission. You did true fasting because you wanted admission. Can I see your hand? Thank you. I have one here. You fasted to get admission. You fasted. There are people who, by phone call, I'm sure you know, what is fast? By phone call, got the same admission. There are some of you who fasted and poured oil to get a job. There are guys in their house that they gave 3 jobs. You see, the only time they needed prayer is to know which of the 3. One of the 3 jobs, you have done 3 days fasting, you've not gotten it. Relationship brought it for them, what you have not gotten by fasting. So God said, look, before you bring that offering, will you tidy up that relationship? Because if you tidy it up, you may not need to disturb me about the things you want to ask for. Build intentional relationship. Intentional. Number next. What are the signs that you are wise and walking in wisdom? Is that wise people, they take future-oriented decisions. Future-oriented decisions. Proverbs 22 verse 3. The wise people take future-oriented decisions. It takes foolishness to decide now for yourself. Only, he said, a prudent man will foresee. When you are wise, you will see the evil that is coming and you will hide yourself. Do you know some guys were already digital, online before COVID-19 came? When COVID-19 came, I said, hey, Pastor Bala said, how do we do school? Some guys are already on school, online. They foresee evil. Some guys are prepared for another COVID-19, even when it is not happening. That even if another one happens, and this one is going to take 2 years instead of 3 months, we will run business and make money. Because a wise man will see ahead and plan. A wise man knows that if he gets an employment today and he's excited and say, take coke, he said, why are you taking coke? He said, I just got a job. A wise man sees the day he leaves the job. I say, when I leave this job, what is left? What is going to happen? So why somebody is collecting money and say, what is my first salary? And taking fish, and taking beer, and taking cowhead, and taking all the nonsense a foolish person will take. A wise man is thinking from the first salary about the last salary and say, what will I plan so that when I no more receive this salary, I still live comfortably? Because one thing wise people do, they think ahead of others. I don't know what to call people who have pregnancy, who for 9 months, and after 9 months, the baby has no clothes. They say, what happened? They say, we are broke. The baby gave you 9 month notice to say, in 9 months' time, I will visit you. But you didn't consider it. That does not look like wisdom for me. I notice people who say they have rent issues, and they say, okay, how much is your rent? They say 200,000. He say, how much do you have? He say, Pastor, make I don't lie. I have nothing. You are not a wise man. The landlord gave you 12 months to get ready for 200,000. And if you were sincere, you will know that to pay 200,000 annually, you were to save at least 20,000 or less a month. And assuming you were not able to save 20,000 a month, you were able to save 10,000 a month. At the end of 12 months, you say, well, I have 120,000 out of 200,000. I need help. That looks a little bit of wisdom. But you see someone who is living in a house for 1 year, and the year ends, and he believes that the God of miracles will do miracle for a foolish person who cannot see ahead to plan. So it takes foolishness for you to have money and spend everything now, thinking that the God of Abraham will provide tomorrow. It's foolishness. Because a wise man will see ahead. So they plan ahead. They have a provision for 30 days because the next money is not coming until after 30 days. You see people who bought, one woman who bought a particular land where in Ikorodu or something for, is it 15 million? And in 2001 or thereabouts, he bought it for 15 million and sold it in 2024 for 800 million. People say, he made money. But can you wait for 23 years? They told you that Balpe is 600,000 that time. You say, no. Do you have Akko Phase 1 that is close to the gate? They say, yes. How much is this? 7 million. Say, that's too expensive. But this place is 600. They say, no. 10 years time. Because a wise man, he sees opportunities ahead of others. He knows that in 10 years time, the place that is called 600,000 will not go for 60 million. Quote me. That time, 600,000 is something you can use to buy. You can buy 5. But you couldn't buy Akko Phase 1 for 7 million. But you had 3 million to buy 5. He said, no, I don't want that one. Go and check it out in 10 years time. Your 3 million will not buy 1 foot. But a wise man will think ahead. A wise man will look ahead and say, this is the kind of future I want for my children. This is what I should be doing now. This is the kind of life I want in my future. This is what I want to be doing now. You see a wise man doing things deliberately, intentionally, because of the future he wants to see. A wise person has a future-oriented decisions. He's not like Esau, who said, well, what is the meaning of my birthright? I need something now. Jacob said, what are you talking about now? What about the future? He said, leave that one. I don't care. He sold the future for the present. The Bible says in Hebrew, he wept bitterly and could not get it back. How many people are selling their destiny for a 2-minute pleasure today? Only to climb mountains 7 days looking for the God that is not lost and say, Lord, help me, when they should have helped themselves years back. So you see people who take decisions today, and you can check if they are wise by the decision they are making. When you see men not making deliberate decisions to secure their future, they are not wise. If all the decision you are taking is the consumption of today, how to be comfortable today, how to make life pleasurable today, how to wear the designer today. There are many people that the designer clothes they have, plus the bag and the shoe and the hat and the wig, is a plot of land in Bakwe. You will buy 2 plots. They've worn those clothes. And even the problem is that when they wear it, we didn't even know it was expensive. We thought it was an ordinary clothes. It was only them that knew that this clothes is an expensive clothes. But in 10 years' time, the guy who bought Bakwe and the one who wore designer clothes, that designer clothes has become rag. The land has become assets. You got your first millions and you bought a car to show your friend you have arrived. You are not wise. Do you have a land? You say, will I be driving my land? Go and be living inside your car. In 5 years' time, when you will sell the car, they will buy it as scrap. Go and sell that land at that 5 years' time. In wisdom, your decisions are future-oriented. So I have money now. I'm putting that money in not the pleasure of today. I'm putting it, I can go through the pain of today for the sake of the gain of tomorrow. So I'm putting that money into something that can affect tomorrow. He said, my guy, I thought you said you made some money. He said, yes. Your guy bought car now. Me too, I bought land. I remember in the police years back, they paid them some amount of money like that, allowances. And those guys, they bought TV. And this guy, instead of buying TV, he bought Okada. And when he bought Okada, he will park to go watch ball in his friend's house. They chase him out. He said, go and watch your TV. Go and watch your Okada. Go and watch your Okada. Say, we bought TV, you go buy Okada. But at a later time, when there was no light and petrol could not, they are asking the Okada man to carry them. He said, no, go and ride your TV. Go and ride your TV. Let your decisions be future-oriented. I encourage you to buy a land before you buy your car. And stop all these foolish designer things when your life has no design. Get a design for your destiny first before you start buying your designer bags. Make an investment that impacts the future. Buy shares on MTN for your son that you are yet to give birth to. Put the name of that child and buy shares. Buy in Nestle. Let that guy go to 23, 25 and meet millions of naira. He said, Daddy, how did you do it? He said, I only bought 25,000 naira before your mommy conceived you. He said, really? He said, yes, but 25 years after, you are a multi-millionaire. I bought an investment. You are a shareholder. So the boy, before he was born, he was a partner of a multinational company. You are securing his destiny, putting his mentality into something great. You know, somebody was saying, he said, look, poverty is not just the absence of money. It is a spirit on its own. That when children go to a certain kind of school and the way the teacher even dress is a poverty message to that child. And the teacher is teaching and said, things are hard, though. Those things are hard things. He's sinking into the spirit of it. But you come to a school where the child goes there. The AC took him from the car to the class. It's difficult to believe that things are hard. His mindset is fixed in bringing solution because he's been wired that way. He's thinking that way. And maybe he goes to a church where the pastor just speak about the possibilities of God. He just believes everything is possible. Then you come to a church where say there is warfare. These people can kill us. The guy faced life, he's even afraid. They say stop there, he's shaking. Because even in his church, the pastor told him, voila, they this life. Oh. It's a function of the environment. Future-oriented decisions. Let your decision be future-based. When you are taking a decision, how does it affect the future? If you are making a relationship, how does it affect the future? If you speak a word, how does it affect the future? What you are doing now, how does it affect the future? The spouse you want to marry, how will she fit into the future you see? The man you want to answer yes to, how does it fit into the future God showed you? Does this man belong to that future? Can you see him fitting into that future? Be future-oriented. Think 10 years' time. Think 20 years' time. There are people today, the only thing they think now is today. Once they eat today, God, what will we eat tomorrow? Life is beyond eating. Can you see tomorrow? The guy who oriented ChatGPT, the guy who started it, he said a greater problem is coming in 10 years' time. He said ChatGPT will not just be in the computer. He said there will be something called human intelligence. He said this human intelligence, the only different thing between him and the human being is that the human intelligence will not have human spirit. He said then the problem is that companies will prefer it to human beings. He said because they will do times 10 of what a human being can do. And they will record less error than human being. They will be more accurate. So those of you who are teaching people how to write CV, you will have no job. Because human intelligence will come dressed in suit and tie, in female gown, and go to work like a normal human being, type letters, dispatch letters, operate people, and come back. Human intelligence. That AI is going to that realm in the next 10 years. And at that time, what will you now be doing? Somebody is preparing to take it over. What will be your job that time? You still be seeing vision that one which wants to kill somebody. With that understanding, what is next for your future? How prepared are you for the future? Number next. One proof that you are wise is emotional control. Proverbs 16:32. Emotional control. Are you in Proverbs 16:32? Proverbs chapter 16, verse 32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit is better than the one who take a city. The one who rule his spirit is better than the person who has taken a city. When you are wise, I can see it in your emotional intelligence. If you say I was angry, you are not the only person that is angry. Even Jesus was angry. But how were you able to manage the anger? How were you able to control yourself? You know there are people when they are angry here, you need 4 men to hold them. They are foolish people. It's not anger, it's foolishness. He said, well, when I'm hungry, I can see anything. You are a foolish person. It takes wisdom to be hungry, and people will take time to know. You say, brother, are you hungry? Not really. Well, but tell me the truth, because we can't even see the sign. That's a wise guy. Because he can rule his spirit. The Bible says the one who rules his spirit, who can control his emotion, is better than the one who takes a city. People may want to celebrate the warrior that takes a city, but there's somebody greater than that person. The one who can rule his anger. Who though hungry can control it. Who though hungry can manage it. Who though in hunger can control his word. He said that guy is wise. When your emotions take you over all the time, wisdom is far from you. When your emotion dictates when you should say, how you should say, whatsoever you want to say, what you should do, wisdom is far from you. There are many people who have done great things in life, but because they were not wise, they have no emotional control, they destroy it. I've seen marriages destroy under emotion uncontrolled. I've seen destiny fail because they couldn't control their emotions. Nations are ruined because leaders cannot manage their emotions. Decisions were taken in a haste because decisions were not taken in wisdom. How many counsel of God were frustrated through human beings because they didn't allow their emotions to be managed. Many people have given room to darkness because they allowed the doors of their emotion open gladly to anything that wants to happen. Wisdom tells you, manage your emotions. How do you know you are wise? Number one, you have a teachable spirit. You control your speech. You are deliberate and intentional in your relationship. You make future-oriented decisions. Your decisions are future-oriented. You have emotional control. Number next, because of my time, I'm looking at which one to tell you around. Okay, let me add maybe 2 more. There is humility, there's justice. Learn and seek to be better. One thing about leaders or wisdom, people who are wise, is that they seek to learn. A wise man learns. And I tell you, life is always teaching you something. Are you always learning something? Because there will always be two teachers in your life: the intentional teachers, the unintentional teachers. When you go to the classroom and go to Safe Heritage and go to which school, you are going for intentional teachers. You go to the university, intentional. There are people who are unintentional teachers. When you come here, you are coming as an intentional student. You want to learn, you are intentional. But there are things happening to you, around you, that God is teaching you through them. And you can't be unconscious learner except you are not wise. You go to somebody who has diabetics and you greeted the person, sorry, hey, how did it happen? But you saw crate of Coke. He said, are you selling Coke here? He said, no, I can't go one day without taking Coke. You've learned. If I don't want diabetes, I must not be drinking Coke the way this guy is drinking it. That's all. It's an unconscious teacher. You must not be an unconscious learner. You've gone to a family, the way the husband and the wife were fighting, in trying to separate them, your eyes they hit one head. You are still treating it. Then you say, excuse me, what happened? What happened? What happened? As the man is speaking one, the wife said three. Okay. An unconscious learner. You've learned. It's not an intentional teacher. It's an unconscious learner. You've seen your neighbor, how their children became wayward, and you wonder why their children is wayward. And you look at their parents, that they had no time. An unconscious teacher, but you are a conscious learner. A wise man seek to learn. If he sees somebody sing well, he says, hey, Sister Noah, I love the way you sing. Tell me, how do you practice? But when you say a foolish man, no, what is this thinking that they are praising? No, he's a foolish person. If she is sang well, hey, sister, can you tell me? I love it. People were blessed. Can you tell me how you do it? And they say, well, every night I pray for 3 hours. He said, hey, are you praying because you want to preach? He said, no, because I want to minister. I pray every hour, 3 hours before I minister. Okay, let me learn it. That's a wise person. They don't envy you. They learn. Must I tell you the truth? You are unwise. If you graduated 5 years ago and you didn't have additional qualification, you are not a wise person. They say BSc, Animal Production and Health, 2002. They say, what is next? He said, that's all. You are not a wise person. A wise person must have learned. Where's your masters?
Have you had it? Have you experienced it? Have you felt the power of God's presence? This October, it's a new dawn. Join us at the Jesus Praise Evangelical Ministries International Annual Convention, tagged Hebron 2025. Date, Monday, October 13th to Sunday, October 19th. Venue, JPMI Auditorium, Akko Estate, along Airport Road, Lugbe, Abuja. Ministering, Bishop Francis Walioki, Pastor Dr. Femi Lanreoke, Pastor Busola Lanreoke, Reverend Niyi Adebayo, Pastor Murphy Bumi Arole, and other anointed ministers of God. Monday 13th to Thursday 16th October is Ministers Conference with morning glory sessions 9 a.m. daily and evening power pack sessions 5:30 p.m. daily. Friday 17th is our night of solution, time 9 p.m. till dawn. Saturday 18th at 5 p.m. is our love feast and Asun night. Sunday 19th is grand Thanksgiving service, time 7 a.m. It's your season of transformation. It's your time for a new dawn. For inquiries and support, call 0813 532 6059 or 0813 643 7597 or give to JPMI Convention account, bank name FCMB, account number 758-851-1062. Join us, experience God, and walk into a new dawn.